Hi there. Welcome to this episode of Write With Me at IELTS Juice. We have an essay to plan for and analyze, so let's begin. Here's the rubric. It says, in many countries around the world, rural people are moving to cities. So people in the suburb or in the countryside are coming to cities to live. So the population in the countryside is decreasing. That is given to us as fact, and we know this is happening. So maybe in your town or in your city, it's not happening like this. Well, I understand. Generally speaking, this is what IELTS presents us with. So basically, we need to take it as it is. And we should, we have no choice. So even if it is not correct in your neighborhood or in your country, you just basically need to ignore it and look at it and believe that, yeah, that's the way it is. The essay type says, do you think this is a positive or a negative development? Now, I don't want to get into arguments, struggles, things that might, confuse us. I am asking you a simple question. Is the fact that people from villages, towns, suburbs move into cities is something good or bad? You tell me. Your opinion matters most here. Yes, we want your opinion. The IELTS wants your opinion. So you need to be very specific. Now, I'm going to give you the easy version, and of course we can come up with a harder one later on. Let's just start. As always, you know the drill. You know that I start by thinking about something to grab the attention of my audience, and we call it an attention grabber. It's optional. You don't have to write it. But if you can come up with something like this, good. It helps. Now, I just told you something about people living villages. You can make it more dramatic, like ghost towns, where people leave their hometowns in massive record-breaking numbers is on the rise. Ghost town. It's a catchy word, like ghost town. Like, are there ghosts there? No, it's actually deserted. Like, nobody lives there. And that has the term, ghost town. It's a town filled with ghosts, but not literal ghosts, of course. It means there are no people in it, but it's catchy anyway. And then give it some background. You can say why people do that. And you can say, yeah, there are job opportunities, there are good living standards in cities, or even better living standards in cities. There's social movements or social mobility in cities. That means you can, if you are a farmer, you can become an employee, and then you can become a manager. You get paid better. You can have better food, things like that. Or you can come up with some other connecting information. You can talk about statistics. You can talk about countries. You can focus on the, developing countries and developed ones. Whatever. You just come up with some connecting information because you want your audience to know your opinion. And your opinion will land here. Your thesis statement is going to be your opinion. You express your opinion over here. That's the most important sentence. And I would love to see that you write your opinion in the beginning. You can, there's technically there's this option that you can include your opinion only in the conclusion, but that's not what I like. My personal preference is to see which person, what type of person is talking to me, who you are, what area you stand on. You just decide where you are. This helps me understand the rest of your essay a lot better, trust me. The fact that you start by letting me know where you stand is beautiful. Also, it is good for the candidate, because the candidate now understands that they need to start supporting this opinion. So all these paragraphs are there to just support the opinion, push it, help it, make it go across. I mean, from your brain to my brain. You can create this bridge, and these paragraphs will support that bridge. Now, is it a positive development or negative development? Up to you. It doesn't matter which side you take. But based on that, let's just say you believe this is a negative development. All right? You need to tell me why you believe that's a negative development. You need to support your opinion. So tell me. You believe, why is that? Tell me. Give me one reason in one paragraph and develop it. Give me another reason. And please, again, develop it. Done. Do you need more? There's another one. If you need more, introduce another body paragraph here. And of course, develop it. Every paragraph comes with its topic sentence. And every time you talk about the reason, each paragraph has its own reason. And these reasons will support your opinion. That's what it is. Basically supporting why you believe this is a negative development. Question, Kasra, do I need to devote a paragraph to explain the situation? You can, but I don't want you to. Because if you look at the rubric, this is given to us as a fact. IELTS knows and wants you to also know that people are moving from rural areas to cities. IELTS doesn't want you to explain in detail what or how this is done, how people go from one city, one area to another, or basically the history of people moving from one place to another. Those are besides the point, really. I mean, just forget them. That's not what you want to focus on. What you need to focus on is your opinion, and you basically support it. What happens towards the end? You might say, okay, we're almost done. That was easy. Okay, I'm not complaining. You basically paraphrase your thesis statement, which is your opinion, and you need to reaffirm your opinion here, and finally come up with some prediction or suggestion. And that's your plan. Done. It's over. Oh, wait. What if I want a more complicated way? What do you mean? Well, I want to say that this is not 100% negative. It's not 100% positive. It's somewhere in between. Okay, I might say, all right, hold on. That makes things a little tricky. And why? Let me clean up here and tell you what I mean. So we still have this organization. I'm going to take this out for now. You still need to say your opinion, sure. And you still, for instance, believe that this is a negative development. Okay, no problem. The problem happens when you add a little bit of complexity. Before you express your opinion and your reasons, you need to introduce the opposing side. You need to say why other people believe that this is a positive development. Remember, you believe that it's a negative development. And I'm just doing it as a sample, as to make it look like an example for you. You can always change. However, bear with me. You believe this is a negative development. You mention those who believe it's a positive development. You want to take somewhere in the middle. So you might say, yeah, I agree, it's generally negative, but there are some positive aspects. When you say there are some positive aspects here, you mention it. Now, you just need to add some details, elements that it's a positive development. I have advantage 1 and advantage 2. And you include it here. Good. But you only devote one isolated paragraph to this. So this is the 20%, 30% that you believe is somewhat positive. And you just express it here, and you mention the elements that make it look like a positive approach. But in the following paragraph, or even in the following paragraphs, to make it stronger, you need to show the negative aspect. And you need to come up with some negative elements or items, some disadvantages. You can devote one disadvantage to each paragraph and develop them more. This can be done doing this, or even with this technique, and you can basically forget this, but your paragraph will be larger. Make sure this paragraph is larger in size than this one, because this is more, I don't want to say a complex word, so it is closer to your opinion than this one. Doing this will make you show in a separate paragraph to tell us how it is, why you believe. Maybe I should just rearrange everything here. Okay, now you can see you have one paragraph about the other side. Then you come up with your own opinion, meaning you still believe it's negative, and you show it, you develop it, you make it larger, more, it's a sophisticated one. Even maybe you need 2 paragraphs for that. And then you introduce another paragraph to just say where you stand. You need to acknowledge the opinions of other people, but you have your own agenda. Sometimes this is not needed, because you can basically do that in the conclusion. So if you develop them well enough, and if you're smart in how to develop, you don't develop these elements that much, but you develop them very well. Remember, you still need to develop them. You need to give them enough chance. But here, you just basically need to prove it. That's not easy. Then, good. What happens is that you again come up with your own opinion and say that, look, there are some good things, elements in this movement, but I generally believe it's bad. And you can see that this by far means it's a more negative development than positive development. This is complicated. I am telling you this only if you wish to carry on writing and improving your essays to be higher than 7. This is not easy. There are a lot of other elements involved. That's why I'm going to come back to my initial suggestion. And I'm going to ask you not to write about the other side. Focus on one element. Focus on your opinion. Take a side. Decide if it's really positive or negative. Don't stay in the middle or somewhere in the middle or a little bit towards the negativity or a little bit towards positivity. It's safe if you don't want a very high score. It's safe to just state that whether it's positive or negative and basically come up with reasons. You just say that I believe it's positive or I believe it's negative because of these reasons. If you need more, of course, there is another area where you can add. So I think we successfully proved to ourselves that, yeah, this is much easier, straightforward, and it will help us write a very, very good essay. If you wish to see a sample done, analyzed and improved, click over here. If you wish to see other essays, letters, or maybe reports, click over here. And as always, eat healthy.